Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. It's going to be my first video of 2023. So yeah, I hope you're all enjoying the new year so far. Things getting back to normal. I always feel really lazy around about the Christmas and New Year time, so I'm glad things are starting to settle down. Or they should be until I picked up this cold. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a cold. I'm definitely getting better, but yeah, it's just one of those things. So I might sound a little bit rough. I don't know whether it is me sounding rough or whether it's just my ears hearing things wrong. But yeah, I'm a little bit full of cold, but I'm getting there. So yeah, I actually wanted to make this before Christmas, because I beat all these games obviously before Christmas. I think I beat some of them in late November, and then of course some in December. So yeah, quite far behind. So there's not going to be a date on this video. It's just going to be games I beat before Christmas 2022. So yeah, it's really just PS4 and PS2. One PS2 game I actually gave up on, which I want to talk about basically. So I usually don't like mention games I give up on, but I do want to mention this one because it's an interesting game. So yeah, there's a couple of replays. So obviously I did get this, the Devil May Cry HD collection. I did get this obviously quite a bit before Christmas, so I was binging on this for a couple of weeks. Just absolutely loving two of the games. So yeah, started off Devil May Cry 1, beat it on normal, beat it on hard. I don't really fancy doing the platinum trophies again, like doing it on Date Must Die mode, because it is quite challenging for me. I've already done it on PS3. I don't really fancy playing through it again. But yeah, played through it twice, normal and hard. Absolutely love Devil May Cry 1. Still an amazing game. Obviously a little bit dated compared to Devil May Cry 3 and later games, but still an amazing game. How can Devil May Cry 1 be so much better than Devil May Cry 2? It's weird. So after that I did go on to Devil May Cry 3. Again, beat it on normal and hard. Yeah, again, it's my favourite Devil May Cry game. Absolutely love it to death. I just feel everything's improved. The weapons are better. You can do better combos, better boss fights, maybe better music. I don't know. Devil May Cry 1 still got amazing soundtrack, but yeah, probably better music as well. Yeah, overall, obviously you got Virgil, who's amazing. Absolutely love Virgil as a villain. Great villain. I'm way better than Mundus in the first game. But yeah, amazing game. So yeah, played through that twice, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do Devil May Cry 2. So I beat Devil May Cry 2 twice, both on normal. I did it as Dante and I did it as Lucia. It's quite cool. You can play two different characters in Devil May Cry 2. But yeah, it's as boring as I remember it. It's just such a boring game, Devil May Cry 2. It's if you haven't put Devil May Cry on it, you would never have known it was Devil May Cry. You've got Dante, who's just drained of any emotion. He's got, I don't know, he says 10 words throughout the whole game. He's very dull, he's miserable, he flips a coin. Yeah, it was just very, very strange. So yeah, just boring environments, boring boss fights, boring gameplay. Everything about the game is just so boring. So yeah, I beat it twice as Lucy and Dante, but it's very, very boring. I wanted to give it one more shot because I hadn't played it in years. But yeah, it's boring. It's really boring game, Devil May Cry 2. Easily the worst, in my opinion. Another replay was the Burnout Paradise Remastered. So yeah, just played for this game, got the top license. Yeah, I had a good time with the game. It has the same problems as I remember it from the PS3 days. It just, for me, it's like Burnout in general. I just get a little bit bored of Burnout. I don't really know why. It was games like Need for Speed. I never really get bored of them, but Burnout for me just, I don't know, just something about them just doesn't grip me as much as Need for Speed games. But I do really like it. I do still think it's a good game. Just for me, I did get burnt out again, just what I did with the PS3 game. But I do think it is a solid game. Definitely worth picking up if you like racing games, open world. That's probably one thing I don't really like too much about this game is the open world thing. Sometimes it can be quite annoying trying to figure out the best track to take, the best route to take, because it's basically an open world thing. You've not got any limits, so you can take shortcuts, or you can end up going I'll end up going a long way around without even realizing it. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying. But yeah, I do still like it. I beat it. I got the best license, so it's still fun. And the game that took up pretty much all my time from my birthday all the way up to Christmas. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Um, yeah, this game, very very good game. Like there is a few moments I'm kind of like, it's a little bit slow. This will drag a little bit in places. But yeah, I beat this in like 75 hours or something. Really long game, probably the longest Assassin's Creed game. I know I got like sidetracked and done like a lot of the side quests and things, but even like the main story, it did go on forever. Very very long game, but I do love the environments, like especially at the beginning of the game, like Norway when you're up in like the snowy mountains, it's so damn good. And that soundtrack, Out of the North, oh, so good. Like if I'm ever out anywhere and I'm for some reason climbing a snowy mountain, I'm gonna be like blasting that through my headphones if I've got my phone on me at the time because it just fits like snowy mountains and that's so damn good. It's like chilling. The vocals are amazing in that song. Absolutely freaking love it. Could be my favourite Assassin's Creed like soundtrack of all time. Out of the North, amazing. Either that or Ezio's theme from Assassin's Creed 2. That's a great, great soundtrack as well. But yeah, I do like the main character, Ivor. I played as the male Ivor. He's a very likable dude, badass. You won't want to mess with him. You get your head bloody cut off. Combat's a lot of fun. Just cutting off like people's limbs and that. It's a brutal game. So you've got different. You can actually like dual wield like axes and things, which is really really cool. I did it for a little while, but I ended up just sticking with a single-handed weapon and a shield because I always like having a shield. So like sticking like a single axe and a shield or like a hammer and a shield. Yeah, that was the way I like to play it. You can have like two-handed weapons as well, but for me it just felt a little bit slow and ended up taking more damage and things. So yeah, single-handed weapon and a shield was what I liked. So yeah, like I got to the end of this game and I beat it without even realising I beat it. How's that? Because there's no actually any credits. There's no credits. I thought that was really really weird. It felt like it was the finale because it kind of like zoomed out. It was like music playing. It was like, is this the end? But then there's no credits, and I was like, okay. And apart from that is like the ending, the normal ending. But there is like another thing. I think there's like another ending, like the main ending or the real ending. But I think you've got to do like a whole load of side stuff. I just can't be bothered, guys. I've put 75 hours into the game already. I don't really want to do the side stuff. Like you have to like kill all the members of the order. And some of them are like they don't even like tell you where they are. So you'd have to like look it up online or something. Probably I don't know how you find them. I can't remember what you call them, the zealots or something. It doesn't actually tell you where they are, so I have no idea. So yeah, maybe one day, but I've put enough time into this game, and yeah, I've got an ending, even though it felt a bit weird and it just kind of ended all of a sudden, but whatever, I guess. Still a great game, a lot of crashes and a lot of bugs, even with patches, but it's an amazing game, like it really is. And a game that really took me by surprise, and I liked it so much that I ended up getting the platinum trophy for the game. Marvel Spiderman. Yeah, like starting this, I thought, oh, it's just gonna be like another game I'm gonna like think it's quite overrated. Like God of War and things, I just didn't really. I thought they were okay, but I just didn't get the praise for it really. Absolutely love this game. This is now my favourite like superhero game of all time. I freaking love this game. The characters are really likable. The gameplay is amazing. Um, yeah, just I had a lot of fun. And once I beat the game, like I liked it so much, I wanted to get the platinum trophy because I knew it was going to be quite easy to get the platinum trophy. It was going to be a lot of like side stuff. It was going to be a little bit time consuming, but yeah, I was just having like so much fun with this game. I just wanted to play more, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. I like the facial animation for like the main character. You know, the guy that plays Peter Parker. I know on the PS5 like remastered have changed his face, and for some reason the PS4 version he shows a lot more emotion than the PS5 version. Because I looked at like a side to side comparison. Yeah, I don't know what's that all about. So I was thinking I could probably get PS5 remaster one day, but hopefully with an option to change the character's face. Cause it's all quite lacking in emotion in PS5 version. I have no idea why. But yeah, just so much fun getting like the different like suits, different gadgets, powering them up, leveling up your character to get new abilities and things. It was it was just a blast. Like swinging around like New York and things. It was absolutely amazing. Easy to get used to as well, because I remember playing Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 and I thought it was a little bit weird and a bit awkward. And yeah, like I could never go back to that game. But after playing this, it's just well, this is just perfect superhero game, guys. Absolutely love it. Amazing game. Yeah, it's taken the place of Batman Arkham Asylum. Even though I love that game, but I just think there's something about Marvel Spider-Man. Amazing game. And I'm not even the biggest Spider-Man fan, so that shows you. Yep, we get onto the PS2 games, and the first one is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Now I'm going to try and talk about these, but these were like back in November, so my mind might be a little bit vague with these. But you can probably see with the screenshots, absolute beautiful game. Environments are stunning. Yeah, Outrun 2006. Very, very good. Like, I'm not that familiar with Outrun. Like, I've played it. I can't remember how. I think my dad must have had it back in the day, because I remember playing it when I was younger. Must have had it on something. Yeah, I played it a lot. Well, it seemed like fun. But it's like the Outrun game of like giving like a proper shot. Absolutely love this game. Very, very fun game. Great music, great visuals, great like selection of Ferraris. Unlock most of them. You get like points for your performance in your events, and you can use your points to unlock like new music and new tracks and like some new cars, new colors for your car as well. So yeah, I didn't do all the races in this game because there is races. I wasn't as big a fan of the races because it's like a racing thing. I got so far and then I was like in a race of like another 99 racers, so 100 cars having a race, and yeah, it took like what 15 minutes to do the race, and I could only get into like the top 20. I did that a few times. It was just getting on my nerves, so I ended up abandoning the races. But I did complete all the events in the outrun mode, which is kind of like your meat and potatoes of the game. So yeah, I did that. It's basically just satisfying your girlfriend. No, by doing like little tasks for her. Like she might say, "Oh, hit so many cars," or like drift like so much distance, or follow the racing line, or avoid hitting cars, or like things like that. Just like little tasks. Yeah, it's a free plus, guys. No other satisfying girlfriends in this game. Thank you. But yeah, very very good game. I just thought it was a lot of fun. Very fast paced, very fun. Like takes a little bit of getting used to like the drifting and that, drifting around corners. But once you get used to that, the game's an absolute blast. So correct me if I'm wrong, but like there is like vocal tracks in this game. There's like remixed like outrun music from like previous outrun games, but there's also like vocal like tracks. And I'm sure like the female voice, the girl basically does the singing. I'm sure she did the voice in Sonic R. Like I'm sure it is. I mean it's Sega, so it's that same voice and really bloody good, really catchy music. Again, a little bit. I guess you could say it's a little bit cheesy, but it's a very very good soundtrack. So yeah, I'm sure it's the same girl. I'm really sure it is. I'm actually gonna have a drink. My throat's actually getting a little bit dry. Bear with me. Right, getting a little bit nasally. Talking too much. And the last one is Runabout 3, Neo Age, New York. So this is like a game I've had for years. Absolute years. And I remember like trying to beat the missions when I was younger, but I never really got far. I found them really like challenging, which I look back and I'm like, I don't really know how. They're not that bad, they just take a little bit of getting used to. I guess I'm a better driver at racing games now than what I was when I was younger. Probably got more patience for racing games. But I think what I used to do when I was younger is used to just play the free roam, which you just go around just battering everyone. Like it's absolutely crazy. Because the collisions in this game are absolutely insane. You can be going really fast in a car and like hit a bus and the bus goes like flying in the air, or you could like hit a barrel and your car goes flying in the air. And there's like flips and things. The game's an absolute carnage. I think it is a low budget game. But yeah, there's just something about this game. It's a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Driver. Basically just driving missions, driving from point A to point B, doing things along the way, like smashing things, or it's like a stupid woman one you have to tail this girl for like, I don't know, I think it was like 18 minutes. It was absolutely ridiculous. Following a girl for like 18 minutes, it was absolutely ridiculous. It just took so bloody long, and I think I got about 11, 12 minutes following this girl the first time, and I ended up losing her because she like gets on a train. You have to like follow the train down the track, and I ended up getting stuck on something. I don't remember what, and then I just lost the train, and yeah, like 12 minutes gone, and I had to like do that mission again. It was so bloody annoying having to follow her for bloody say. It felt like 18. It must have been 18 minutes. It must have been like 16 to 18 minutes. A ridiculous time for like a tailing mission. But yeah, I still think this game was a lot of fun. Did all the missions, just like the normal, like beat them normally. You unlock like harder difficulties for the missions as well. Like I think there's a mission for every mission where you have to like beat the mission without even taking any damage. Which I've got no idea like how you would do that. Like how can you drive for like 18 minutes following this girl and not like hit something? Like you'd have to be an absolute master. But yeah, very good. Like there's a lot of like unlockable cars. There's like tanks, buses you unlock, like jeeps. There's even like a boat. And I was like, how's a boat, like a speedboat, going to work? So I picked it. I thought maybe the layout and the mission would be different, but no, it's just you're driving a boat on the road and there's like water like coming off the propeller, even though you're not in the water. It's very weird, very wacky. This is the kind of thing you have to deal with this game. It's just an absolute like crazy game, but the game's a hell of a lot of fun. Like, it's a very very fun game, and the music's just like generic rock, but it kind of like fits the game in my opinion. So I'd say if you like games like Driver 2 and stuff, definitely check that out because you're like doing the same things, like driving from point A to point B a certain amount of time, taking out other vehicles and things. It's very like Driver like inspired, I think. So yeah, the last game was the one that I gave up on. Like I put about 4 or 5 hours into this game, and that is Dot Hack Infection, which is like a game that's been sitting in my games collection for like years. And I thought, you know what, I'm finally gonna like bite the bullet, and give this one a shot. So yeah, basically what this is an MMO, but it's offline. You play it offline. So I thought, yeah, that's an interesting thing. Never thought MMOs would be my kind of thing, like World of Warcraft and all that. It just seems like a very time-consuming thing. Not my kind of thing. I prefer like story-based games. But it just did sound quite interesting, and I was enjoying it for the first like 3 or 4 hours, and I just got really really bored of the game. Like just going through like randomly generated dungeons. I feel like do like so many like side dungeons just so you can progress in the main story. I find that quite boring. I find the gameplay like quite boring as well. Like I don't know, like I just feel like the difficulty is quite unbalanced as well. Like sometimes you just breeze through a dungeon, and other times you just get absolutely whooped, even though you're at the recommended level. So yeah, I didn't get far in this. I just didn't like it very much. Just not really my cup of tea, I guess. Like, I do see what they're going for, and it is quite an interesting idea. Like we said, an MMO, but completely offline with like NPCs. Yeah, you can like trade with NPCs, trade items and things, get their respect by doing that. So it is an interesting thing. It's just not my cup of tea. I can see the appeal, and there's like so many of these games as well. I don't really know how many there is, like 5 or 6 of them. There's a lot of games, and apparently they're not really that much different to each other. So yeah, I don't think I'll be buying any more because they're quite expensive, like £20 games. So yeah, I think this one will be going on eBay. It's just not my cup of tea. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of any of these games. Let me know what you think of Dot Hack Infection if you've played that. Be interested to know what you guys think. Like I never really hear many people talking about it, but when people do bring it up, they always like praise it. So again, maybe it's just me. But yeah, no guys, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna leave you now before I end up like getting any more like sniffly. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video. See you guys. Thanks for watching.